What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Robert, and if it's your first time here, do me a huge favor by dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. Before we get into the shoe today, just a friendly reminder, I am doing a giveaway for the 1,000 subscriber milestone. You have one more day to enter that giveaway. So I'll drop a link to the video with all the giveaway details in it in the description below. So if you haven't entered yet, please go ahead and do so. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at the Yeezy 700 V3 Kyanite. Let's start with the box. So, as usual, your standard cardboard Yeezy box with 700 on top. As you know, with 700 V3s, there's no boost on the side because the shoe does not feature boost. Now, I did pick this up in a US men's size 10, so there's your size tag for reference. All right, and I did actually hit on these for on the sneakers and stuff raffle, so I was kind of excited about that. And here we have it, the Yeezy 700 V3 Kyanite. Now, before we get into the shoe, just want to talk about the release a little bit. So, like I mentioned, I didn't hit on the confirmed. Actually, I don't think I entered for the confirmed because I already hit on the sneakers and stuff. So this release was kind of easy for me, at least, because I got lucky and hit on the SNS raffle. Yeah, so that's really all I did for this one. Just wanted to call that out. But let's go ahead and get started with the actual review. So on the lateral side of the shoe there, you can see you've got that kind of plastic or TPU cage, I think, that runs along the side of the shoe. It's in this kind of creamy, milky looking color, and it is glow in the dark. And also you do have that kind of mesh screen right here that's for breathability, I guess venting for your feet. And above that, you've got that kind of knit pattern there that runs along the shoe. And it's in this kind of lighter blue. And when I first saw images of this shoe, I thought it was just blue. So my first thought was, hey, this is going to be pretty much the same thing as the Azureth. I probably don't need these. But actually, there's like light blue and there's some hits of teal in between the blue and at the front part of the shoe, as well as on the back area there. You can see those hints of kind of aqua, like an aqua green color. Yeah, which is pretty nice. I actually like that. It actually made me like this shoe a lot more. And also you've got, you know, your typical Yeezy 700 V3 midsole there, and it's in that kind of creamish looking color there. It's not all white. If there was only one thing I could change about this shoe, I probably would have made the midsole white, but that's just me. But yeah, overall, I like this colorway a lot. So moving around to the actual toe box of the shoe, you've got your standard toe box there. As you can see, you've got that kind of rubberized U shape there that comes on, but that shape is on every one of the Yeezy 700 models, but on the V3, it's in a rubberized material. And moving up from there, you've got that kind of black nylon tongue. And on the sides there, you see that hint of silver, that is 3M. And you've also got these infinity laces there. And for those that don't know, I'm sure you do already, you have to cut this off to remove it, but they did include an extra set of laces, which I have here in this pouch, and they're just black normal laces. All right. And just another thing about the tongue, if you don't know, it is like a sock-like fit or a booty construction there. So once you get these shoes, it is rather hard to get your feet into it, but once you get your foot in there, it's really not that bad. And I'll go over sizing a little bit later. Moving around to the actual medial side of the shoe, you get a better look at some more of that prime knit, well, that knit pattern that was woven in that I mentioned earlier. As you can see, it's got that blue and that nice green color woven in there, and that kind of mesh material that's kind of overlapping it here and there. And another look at the actual midsole there in that cream color. And obviously that nice plastic or rubberized cage that runs around the shoe that's glow in the dark. All right. Now let's move around to the actual heel of the shoe. Typical 700 V3 heel. You can see you have your Adidas logo there at the bottom. And then another look at that woven, that kind of net material there in that teal and blue color, as well as you can see the cage that wraps around the heel as well. All right. Now, quick look at the insole. This is just, let me see if I can get it out actually. I don't know if this is glued in, but I don't think so. Let's see, yeah, get it out. All right, so you've got typical Yeezy insole. It says Ortholite, Yeezy, and Adidas. It's a black insole with gray text there. All right. Okay, and on the back there, you got that different colors. So that's about it. All right. Okay, got that in there. Now, let's take a look at the outsole, which is probably one of my favorite parts of the 700 V3 model because, well, on this one in particular, you've got that kind of translucent gum. It's slightly translucent, or maybe it's a gum outsole there. But what I love the most about this shoe, as you can see there, that kind of foam, EVA foam or whatever they use here, it's in that kind of aqua green looking color that I mentioned. And I love that because on each model, they typically change up the color there on the sole of the shoe. Now I know it's on the sole of the shoe. No one's probably gonna see it, so not a big deal, but that's just one of my favorite parts of the shoe. All right. And that is about all for the Yeezy 700 V3 Kyanite. Now, as always, before we get into the on feet, I want to give you my final thoughts on this shoe. Now, as far as the 700 V3 Kyanite goes, do I think it's a definite pickup? Should you grab it? If you are a collector and you like the 700 V3 model, yes. Especially if you could get it for retail, go ahead and grab it. Do I think it's worth the resale price? Now, I looked earlier, I think it was going for maybe right under 300 or so. Would I pay it for this shoe? Probably not, because in my opinion, it's not the most comfortable Yeezy. I like the look of it a little bit, but I gotta be 100% honest. I don't even really wear my 700 V3s at all. The only one I've worn is the first one, I can't remember the name of the colorway right now. It's slipping my mind. But the very first colorway, that's the one I wear the most, but I picked that up in a size 9.5, which is a little bit too tight. But like I said, is it a pickup? Sure, if you like your Yeezy models and you're a fan of the 700 V3, go ahead. But is it worth resale? In my opinion, no. Now, I alluded to the sizing, so let's talk about that a little bit. This is probably the most confusing model, in my opinion, for sizing. Because if you go with your normal 350 size, like mine is a 9.5, if you get this shoe in a 9.5, trust me, you are going to be upset because your feet are going to be screaming. You will not be able to wear them longer than a couple of hours without wanting to take them off. So in this one, I picked it up in a US size 10 and they fit great. So that's technically like a full size up from my normal or my true size, or maybe just get a half size up from your Yeezy 350 size, especially if you have wide feet like me. I could almost argue, even if you don't have wide feet, if you go with your normal 350 size, you might have some trouble there because it's very, very narrow in this area in the forefoot, and the toe box is extremely shallow. So, comment down below and let me know how it fits on your feet. If you have normal feet, narrow or wide feet, I'm curious to know what sizes you guys pick up. Because I've tried a 9.5, 10, and a 10.5. 10.5 obviously fits, but it's just a little bit big, a little more heel slippage than I would like. But definitely, I will never buy another 9.5 in this shoe. It's gotta be a 10 or 10.5, and that's it. Yeah, so that's the sizing. Again, comment down below and let me know, how you guys feel about the 700 V3 model. And did you go for this colorway at all? Just curious to know, because I saw that they were going for over like $300 at one point. Now they're down a little bit because people got their pairs in. But I'm just curious to know, how you guys feel about this particular colorway. I guess, guys, that'll be all from me. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time.